Turn them up. Turn them up.
Spaghetti.
Are we
I
live?
had
We're
brisket
live.
earlier. It was good.
We just come in and everybody's talking about random shit. We're live, folks.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, YouTube.
Hey guys.
Well, we said punch and pie. I hope everybody remembered the password. Unfortunately, Jerry's the only one eating pie. We're drinking punch, but it's there, folks. Anyway,
I forgot the pie.
yeah, we don't have an opening, but we do have an opening. So here we Welcome everybody to a Rated R Reckoning. We are predicting NXT TakeOver in your house. I am your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And tonight we are joined by for the first time. It's live.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
First time.
For the first time, the big baller, big money himself, Big G. How's it going, Geoff?
What is going on, fellas? I am glad to finally be on a video with the NXT team. I am ready for In Your House.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get, no, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, man. I think the last time we did a video was for an NXT TakeOver, so it's great to be with you. I am ready for this. It's been a long time since we've had this sort of excitement, vibe, and quality wrestling show from WWE as a whole, in my opinion. Let's do this. Colin, how are you, man? And by the way, for those who don't know, Colin, welcome to Team No DQ.
First no DQ video.
Thank you.
Long overdue.
Welcome. I know. This isn't our first rodeo, all doing predictions individually together. The last few times Big G and I have been taken to duty together. Before I was called up, per se. But
lateral move.
I'm happy to be here with all you guys. So, and it's fucking NXT TakeOver.
It's
Last
good.
time we had
It's
one
a
of these was in
beast.
February.
I feel like my first prediction as an overall idea is that this might be the best pay-per-view of the year so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, NXT's been doing it right on their live shows anyway. So, even before they started putting people in the crowd, they were already super entertaining. So.
all right. Well, how are you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing.
That's great. So, as per usual, we're gonna knock this out as fast as fucking possible. We're gonna start the predictions with a possible match. They like to throw in extra matches the show prior to the pay-per-view, and we still have one episode of NXT to go. And we feel like the way things are going, we might end up with a tag team championship match. Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel defending against who?
Lorcan and Birch.
The pisser and the shitter. We're just going to go ahead and predict this just in case. If this happens, I don't know about Team No DQ, but for Team NX Team, which is redundant. For the NX Team, we're going to go ahead and use this as a point. Let's start with our special first-time guest for the night, Geoff. Big G, who you got, Lorcan and Birch or Eichner and Bartel?
Well, since Eichner Bartel won a tag team title, I'm going to have to go with them retaining. You know, the match is sacred to them, and the match is sacred to me. So I must stick with the Italian and the German.
Colin?
The pride of Italy and the impeccable German Imperium.
Noah?
All day, short and sweet.
Noah?
The match is sacred. More than ever, especially in NXT. Imperium for the win all the way.
Jerry?
On a scale of 0 to 10, what the odds are of Lorcan and Birch winning the belts is like 9. 9.
So is that 9 or is that none? I'm gonna assume you're talking about Eichner and Bartel retaining.
Those are our boys.
I agree. Nobody is gonna know me and think that I'm gonna give this to Lurkin.
I was about to say, Frank the Tank had blue. You and I have Eichner and Bartel.
Even if this wasn't Eichner and Bartel's very first title defense since winning the belts, if it happens, they're still Eichner and Bartel, and it's still Oney Lurkin and Danny Burch, who are just forgettable if they're not on every week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to a championship match here. The North American Championship. Keith Lee is defending against Johnny Gargano, who may or may not have Candice LeRae at the ringside, which may or may not lead to Mia Yim being at ringside. There's a lot of ways this could go. This could end up being a disqualification. I could see that leading this feud on into, several weeks, maybe a main event on an actual, NXT live show. Let's start with Colin. Who you got? Keith Lee or Gargano? Johnny Wrestling.
I'm going with my hometown boy, Mr. Johnny Wrestling.
You're going for a title change.
Mm-hmm.
I see Candice getting involved in some shenanigans, but what they're doing with Gargano now and the heel mode and this, that, and the other, I think it works. Keith Lee's been champion, a decent amount of time now. I mean, he could get the title back, but I am going with Johnny Gargano.
Cool. Noah.
Yeah, this one I've been juggling with back and forth, but I feel like the Johnny Gargano way, this is their first step towards ruling, and honestly, I can't see who else could challenge Keith Lee for the title. Time for a change, time to see if they can have a longer reign with it. I'm going with Johnny Gargano.
Jerry.
I'm actually thinking Gargano's going to pull it off and become the first ever two-time North American champion.
I tend to agree. I was thinking the title was coming off of Keith Lee when he faced Dominic Dijakovic for it. And then when he faced Damian Priest for it even. It's time for Keith Lee to move past the title for the mid-carders and move on to the NXT Championship. So I am as well also going to go for Gargano too.
Big G, put your stake on it.
Well, every time I do predictions with the no DQ elite team, I tend to go the opposite way. So this is what I'm doing. You guys can pick your Johnny Wrestling, your Johnny Gargano, Mr. Johnny TakeOver. I'm sticking with the Limitless One, Keith Lee, to retain this title and have a lengthy reign as North American champion.
That might be an unchallenged point that you get overall, sir.
Oh, we also gotta say hello to Israel Diaz, who's in the chat room.
Oh, my chat room's not loading. Israel, what's up, bro?
Number one fan.
Super fan Israel Diaz.
Nate Spain, where you at, brother?
Number one.
All right, let's move on. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. It's time for Noah. You get to go first.
You come at the Prince, you best not miss. And he's going to. Finn Balor is winning.
Jerry. I don't know what that means. You have to tell me.
We met him in Toronto. He's going to win.
Oh, I see. He just wants me to do that.
Yeah, it's always fun.
I'm torn here. I feel like Damian Priest needs to get a little bit of momentum. They're making him out to be a big deal, but how are you going to follow through with that if you don't give him any big wins? They're both heels here. I feel like Walter's going to come out and fuck shit up.
I was about to say, Walter showing up would actually throw a wrench in the plan.
Damian Priest for the win. I can't see Balor winning doing either of them any good because Balor doesn't need any more momentum and Damian Priest definitely does. Especially after losing to Keith Lee like he did.
Yep.
All right, we are on to Big G.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Damian Priest as well. I think he's going to bring out his nightstick and cheat, pretty much, cheat to win and get the 1, 2, 3 without the ref seeing it.
Cleaver.
As I motioned a minute ago, you took the words out of my mouth, Stefan. Damian Priest, somehow Walter. I mean, if Eichner and Marcel Barthel are in the States, somehow Walter can get over. I'm sure.
Yeah.
By this point in time, I'm sure he can get over right now.
At the very least,
So,
Alexander Wolf.
Yep.
They could have put him on a. They could have put him on a
Any-
ship.
Anyone from Imperium is going to help distract Balor, and Damian Priest is going to pick it up because Damian Priest, like you said, needs a big win. If they're going to push him in any sense of any way, he needs a big win. And who better to beat than Finn Balor?
Cool. Moving on to Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross, hopefully with Scarlett Bordeaux. How could he not come out with Scarlett? Jerry, you get to go first.
This is one I've been kind of torn on because I really don't want Ciampa to lose on pretty much, I guess, his first match back since losing to Gargano. So, but at the same time, you can't really kill the, you can't kill Kross right now. So, Ciampa's going to take the loss on this one to Kross.
I agree. Kross needs the win, not the loss. You can't bring him in and make him look all great and then let him lose. I don't know by what means. Hopefully this one is clean. I'm hoping this is a clean victory over Tommaso Ciampa, and he's just there to use his last few years to put over guys like Karrion Kross. Big G.
Yeah, Karrion Kross all the way. You know, this will be one hell of a match between the two. Ciampa will get in his fairy tale ending. You'll have Kross kick out, maybe Scarlett interfere a little bit, and Kross getting the victory.
So Israel Diaz. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Israel Diaz is calling for Finn Balor to win his match and Killer Kross to win his match.
Also Imperium to win and Johnny to win.
And Nate Spain's here.
What's up, Nate?
He said it wouldn't let him comment for some reason. Yeah, our chat rooms are kind of funny. Like, if I leave it open before we start the show, I have to close it and then bring it back up for it to actually ever fucking load.
It hates white folk.
All right, moving on. Noah Foster.
He's
Or no,
literally
wait.
only had
Sorry,
two
it's
squash
Colin.
matches. He needs to be more than a freaking entrant. And I feel like Scarlett is finally going to be a wild factor here. I got to go, if they're going to push him as big as he is, I got to go with Karrion Kross for the win.
Sorry, I skipped you, Colin.
Oh, Killer Kross, Karrion Kross, whatever you want to call him, for sure.
Chris Cross, whatever. He'll make you jump.
Cool. I finally get to go first.
Wave your hands, guys. Green screen went away.
Oh, it's back.
It's back. It's here. It's not here.
Oh, yeah, the things
Assume
we
green
did.
screen position.
NXT Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair is defending in a triple threat match against Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. Charlotte Flair could very well keep the title here and continue to pull at least double duty, if not triple duty, but I feel like it was kind of a one-time thing. Rhea Ripley's work visa had expired. They didn't know when she was going to be back on NXT television. She's back. It's time to put the belt back on her, and I'm going for Ripley for the victory because Io Shirai would make just as good a sense, but I like Ripley better. Big G.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Rhea to regain the title, and I feel Charlotte is going to go back to SmackDown and feud with Bayley at the moment, so...
Colin?
I'm going with Rhea. She's going to get her quote-unquote WrestleMania moment back and call it a day.
Noah?
I've been saying it on Raw and SmackDown and NXT. Get that damn title off of Charlotte! Yeah, we gotta be finally setting up for Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. This is the way to protect the Queen. And as much as I hate to say it, she's gonna get a WrestleMania moment back, but Io's gonna eat the fall. I gotta go with Rhea Ripley for the win.
Jerry?
I'm going with Io Shirai.
Yeah, I figured.
Because if she's the wild card in the match for one, Rhea Ripley can easily get called up after this. Charlotte Flair can go back to just pulling 2 shows, and then we get Shirai versus LeRae, with the roles reversed for the title.
That's actually really smart booking. Now that you think about it,
It's general booking.
And
you
it
know
gives
what? Hell of it. Jerry, I'm with you. I'm changing mine to Io.
it gives Ripley the chase. I
But
don't
see,
know,
that's WWE. That's not WWE thinking though, or booking. They're not going to book it that way.
They will if they want Ripley off of
Like
the
Shawn
NXT.
Michaels booking.
Yeah.
And they haven't given the titles to Shirai yet. This would be a perfect opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
actually want to change
Drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid.
That's a bad idea.
You know what? Up until this point, I haven't had a crowd-pleasing moment on the entire show, so I'm going to stick with Rhea Ripley. Let's move on to the main event. Adam Cole defending the NXT Championship against Velveteen Dream for the second time. Have things cooled off enough for them to trust Velveteen Dream with the title? Let's start with our special new guest. Big G, who you got?
Well, since this is a year-long reign for Adam Cole, and if he's possibly leaving in the summer, if he doesn't resign, I'm going to my boy Velveteen Dream to finally win that gold, baby. I am going with Velveteen all the way.
Long shot victory. Colin.
DREAM is all day. All day. Like Big G said, after a year reign, he's having his championship celebration, like pretty much like right now, I thought, on like YouTube Live or Facebook Live or some shit like that. Yeah. It's time. We don't know if he's resigning. We don't know if he's AEW bound. I mean, I get it if he goes, but what happened with Dream technically wasn't his fault. So I'm going with Dream, and it should have happened in Tampa WrestleMania weekend if it didn't get canceled.
Noah?
It was supposed to probably originally happen, but again, with everything going on, Britt wants Adam Cole in AEW, and I'm thinking about what we said earlier. Keith Lee, time to move on from the mid-card picture to the top picture. And I don't see them doing charismatic face versus charismatic face. So just going off that impulse, I am literally going to say Adam Cole retains, baby.
Jerry?
I think Velveteen Dream should win, and Cole goes up to Raw with the rest of Undisputed Era and pretty much recreate history with McIntyre. Pretty much attack him after a title defense, automatically putting Cole into retention for the belt.
So, Dream.
Mm-hmm.
I could possibly see that happening.
Because you think about it, the Undisputed Era pretty much debuted beating the living shit out of Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could still do that in a little while. I don't know.
Now's the best time to do it, especially with Riddle and Dijakovic going to SmackDown. Raw has to be gaining something at this point. Why not the Undisputed Era?
Yeah, it's been several weeks, nay a month. Like, if something was going to happen with the Velveteen Dream case, it probably would have already.
Mm-hmm.
So I say he's cleared to go forward as the champ, and why the fuck not? If things are still up in the air with Adam Cole, or maybe that's what they want you to think. Maybe he's staying. And he's intent on really cementing being the greatest champ, and then Keith Lee is going to take him on, and then de-seat him, and then he goes off to Raw or wherever.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a change later at the end of the summer. I feel like Adam Cole's still retaining for now, but that's just me.
Well, Adam Cole, he even told you in Toronto that he does not want to leave NXT, but that could have changed a lot over the past year or so.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go with Velveteen Dream. Why not?
Chris Mace is in the house. What's up, Chris Mace?
What up, Chris? Holiday. All right, so we have one more sort of tiebreaker. This is the tiebreaker. This isn't a point. If you get all five, it does you no good unless you're tied with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go match order. Normally we would move on and I would start with Colin, but for match order, I'm going to start with Jerry. What is the general's order?
Here's how I feel the pay-per-view will be laid out. If we get Eichner and Bartel versus Lorcan and Birch, that'll be first. Then we'll have Priest versus Balor open the show. Gargano versus Lee. Ciampa versus Kross. The triple threat women's match. And Dream versus Cole.
Cool. Noah.
Jeez. They always keep bringing up tag team matches as openers, but NXT TakeOver formats, they have tricked me. So I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to go fuck it. Here we go. Let's do the tag team as first. Feels like you need a filler at some point. There's not much filler here. Well, actually, there's two fillers. I think, that's stupid. Yeah, you know what, bold. Takarian Kross versus Tommaso Ciampa, second. North American title, North American title, third. Priest versus Balor for the women's, and then, of course, the main event, the NXT Championship.
Cool. Colin.
Gargano versus Lee. Balor versus Priest. Triple threat. Kross, Ciampa, Cold Dream.
What about the tag match?
If it happens.
Oh shit. If it happens, I'm going to put the tag match between Finn Balor and the triple threat.
Okay.
So you're going North American Championship, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, then the Tag Team Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and then the triple threat for the women's title.
Yep. And then Ciampa Kross.
And then the NXT title.
Okay, cool. Big G.
Alright, so I guess I'll go with the tag team title first. Then I would go with Balor and Priest. Then the women's triple threat match. Then Karrion Kross and Ciampa. Then Gargano and Lee, and then Colin Dream.
Okay, I'm going to agree with most everybody and go with the Tag Team Championships first because I feel like that'll end up being the pre-show, kickoff show match.
If not Tegan Nox and Candice LeRae as well, they may throw that into the mix.
Yeah, I figured about that too.
If that match doesn't happen, we're just going to strike it and scoot everything in
Yep, that'll work.
and use whatever order that creates. But I'm going to go ahead and start it first just because the tag team match is the General's first order. But I feel like if that's true, it'll be pre-show. And then the actual match to start the show will be Damian Priest versus Finn Balor because they love to start these shows with Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
Go with the general order. You know you want to.
I think I want to go Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh.
And then have the cool down match of the triple threat women's title. And then what's left? The North American Championship. And then
Already declaring that the cool down match. Damn.
and then the NXT title. I'm not terribly
You're like Dream Wife is in this thing, dude. The cool down match. I don't know how much of a raging hard on you have for Ripley. Sir. We're live, folks.
name one other match on this show that's likely to be a cool down match. Just name
I
one.
don't give a shit. I don't
I'm
give a
just
shit,
saying.
but I wouldn't label it as a cool down match.
I think it's going to be. Anyway, it's going to happen. It has to happen. There always has to be one. You can't have six-star matches on the fucking show.
Let's have a quick discussion since we have the guys here. I know you want to wrap things up, but it's a live video, okay?
Don't give us
It's fine.
the.
Seriously, what do you think's going to happen with the Cold Dream match? Is it going to be a cinematic type thing, or where do you think it's going to be held?
I think it's going to be a cinematic type of match.
That does seem to be the standard anymore in WWE on their big shows. It seems nowadays, big time closer, it's going to be some weird cinematic wrestling combination. As far as where it might take place, it might take place in the Velvet Dream's mind, because that's the experience. Purple fog everywhere around a ring. And then, I have no idea where. By a pool? I don't know.
Dude, that is a super idea. But there would be no ring, and then where's the advantage for Adam Cole at all? I was hoping it would be like in a fucking theater, and it would just be a 12-year throwback to WTF, to that episode of South Park, where they finally set up an actual theater for the ring, and instead of doing moves, they just start doing dialogue and monologues and shit. Would be great, because that is a natural spot to have a spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
But
Season 13, episode 10. Just saying.
Just throwing it out there, the exact number. Ass.
so, anybody else have any ideas, Jerry?
I think it may be on a rooftop with a helicopter circling in with a spotlight.
Batman.
Yeah, I heard you bring that up before.
Mhm.
That idea is cool. I don't know what's going to happen, but so, we have Velveteen Dream kind of does the Prince gimmick a little bit. I can see some smoke and mirrors and a little weird, just some weird stuff. Some, cool story, bro. But have you ever tried DMT type shit?
Well,
Like,
you have to also realize that Full Sail University also has like a huge theater department, so they could easily be going set by set and just like fighting in there.
Or it could be in an auditorium type theater setting, and they remove the chairs and put the ring right next to the stage, or something like that.
Or they could do like throwback in your house type moments and recreate them. Because Velveteen Dream, he's already channeled, for example, Hulk Hogan. Who knows what he might do with in your house type creativity?
He'll come in Shawn Michaels style, like.
No, nobody has come from the ceiling since Owen Hart. They just don't do it anymore. It's
now we can end the show.
It's a faux pas. Okay, Big G, any ideas on where the match is going to be held?
I agree with everybody. It'll be somewhere.
That's very profound.
I just hope it's not redundant.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't feel, reconstituted. But other than that, I'm excited by it because, it definitely seems like the wording they used was that it's going to be held somewhere else, so it's going to be this whole cinematic thing.
Yeah.
I think it would be really cool. I mean, I know it's on the other side of the country, but if it would be held... Oh, never mind. That got tore down, the old PWG thing. It got tore down. I forgot. Never mind. Move on.
But, let's see, Israel Diaz says it's going to take place at Adam Cole's pool.
Oh, inside his atrium.
That would be awesome. It's like, do y'all really see Adam Cole going to AEW, and who would you add to Undisputed Era in Adam Cole's place? That's what Holiday Christmas just asked.
Well, here's my thinking on that. Where Adam Cole's going, the Undisputed Era will likely go with them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're staying with WWE, you know they're going to Monday Night Raw because they need all the time they can get.
Mm-hmm.
But do they? They're finally starting to properly use some of the talent that they haven't been. You put new stars in there, and now you've got more people to get lost in the shuffle, or to help those guys like. I don't know.
Tag team division? I didn't know Raw had a tag team division.
WWE doesn't have a tag team division at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why poach NXT? My idea, though, actually would be fine for this because you'd have a huge influx in NXT. Is since you can't have shows in NXT UK, have an invasion of NXT by NXT UK. Bring them all over here, put them up in hotels or whatever, and like that's what you do going forward. Since you we're looking at losing a lot of NXT stars, you bring in an invasion, and suddenly you've near doubled your roster.
Why you're bringing up other people?
While you're waiting on venues to open up in the UK.
Or to let Bugenhagen shine again, bastards.
See, Nate Spain says, I don't think Cole leaves. I think he has security with his job and he's a star. I don't know what he gets that treatment anywhere else. I don't think he'd get it. I don't know. I think his fan base is pretty good.
Remember the golden rule, the power of like
the three-way?
What you have to remember is, I think it was Chef that said it, that all you need is a bunch of girls screaming at you. It's the Beatles effect.
Mm-hmm.
So if Adam Cole comes out on Raw his very first night and 70% of the crowd yells Adam Cole baby with him, then by the next time he comes out, the rest of the crowd will have caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but did that happen on SmackDown? Did that happen on SmackDown when he showed up on SmackDown?
I don't remember. I think he got a pretty good Adam Cole baby.
He did. I was recently watching his match with Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
I mean, he shows up anyway. He showed up on NXT UK in some of the matches that we watched, and he gets a bigger reaction than the guy that he's facing that's from that fucking town.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby. That's it.
You couldn't say Adam Cole in Toronto and a whole bunch of people screaming "baby" at you.
All right, so I think that brings us to the end of this Rated R Reckoning, this prediction show. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. Thank you, everybody at home, for joining us. If you'd like to join us on a future episode of one of our shows, you can be up on the big screen, Skype in with us, review an episode of something. Just leave some information down below on how we can get a hold of you. Meanwhile, let's start the plugs with Big G. Go first.
Yes, so NoDQ.com/BigBallerG takes you to my Twitter page. NoDQ_BigBallerG1988 on my Twitter or Instagram. Geoff Phillips on Facebook. Go check out NoDQ.com/merch for the latest merch. And that's it for me. Noah, your plugs.
Noah's the main event, Colin.
Okay, I'll keep it simple.
No, Noah.
Yeah.
Skirt.
Shush.
Skirt.
Shush. Thank you. Colin.
You can find me on my Instagram page at ColinAndrew26. I recently changed it. I got my original one back after many years. You can follow me on Twitter. Just go to nodq.com/Colin. Takes you right there. That's going to I'll get more used to saying that instead of just NoDQ Colin Andrew. It's still new to me, folks. And then at my YouTube channel, the Cleaver Colin Andrew. Hopefully have some more content soon, but things are lacking these days, folks. So, but one quick shout out real fast. You can go to my YouTube page. You'll find a link there for Chris Mace's GoFundMe account. Much love to you, dude. His house burnt down on Memorial Day this past Monday. So anything that you guys can do to help contribute to him, he lost everything, yo. I know he does have a new place lined up with the money that has been raised, but hey, he's going to need a bed, he's going to need a couch, he's going to need something to sleep on and put his clothes in and buy new clothes and this, that, and the other. So anything you can help out this father of 3 and 1 on the way would be much appreciated. So guys, it's been fun as always. Thanks for having me. And support Aftermatch Wrestling and NoDQ.com.
Yeah, he's modest. He does so much more. He also runs Aftermatch on several platforms. He runs us on Twitter at Aftermatch Rest, where we take the ling out of wrestling.
Whatever the fuck
Whatever
that means.
the fuck that means.
He also runs our Instagram page at Aftermatch_wrestling. And you can find all that there. Talk to him there. Find us there. Of course, everything should be down below. But I just wanted to mention that he does a lot for the group. He also did that intro that you saw at the beginning of the video.
Great intro.
Love Colin. Also, we have the main event.
Yep.
Noah, where can people find you?
All right. First off, gentlemen, always a blast. Good luck to everybody. People want to find me, know this. I'm just a simple man. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I am a lifelong fan of wrestling. So if you want to follow me and talk anything wrestling, yes, I'm waffles. So follow me anything wrestling or see my waffles. Look me up on Twitter, nodq.com/Noah takes to my Twitter page, or at mfoster1916 on Instagram. I have a simple YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/NoahFoster10, and there you'll find just all things wrestling, reviews, recaps, little takes, predictions, and more. I cover NJPW, AEW, and a little bit of WWE. I'll be getting back with the holiday, because we have the simple holiday, tomorrow for 205 Life Matters. And Tuesday, I will be providing a preview/review of all things AEW with Dark and Dynamite this week. Also, if you haven't figured it out by now, support NoDQ, as Big G briefly put, is the reason I'm in YouTube, forever indebted to all these guys. So buy a shirt like he says. Anyway, NoDQ.com/merch. Follow NoDQ on all social media platforms, Europeans Matter, comics, that's everything. Polls, comms, memes, gifs, reviews, recaps, sexy female pics. You name it, it's there. Primarily wrestling, WWE, a little bit of AEW. And again, just stay tuned. Aftermatch Wrestling, Greg Cherry Brand, Judge Meacham Network. I could go on and on, but again, I don't have the list of Jericho, and we've talked long enough. So I'll close with this. Support your wrestling outlets for big and small, and let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, unscripted, authentic wrestling community together. Simple as that. Good luck, gentlemen.
You said it. You said it.
Never gets old. Ever. I wait all week for that shit.
It's like Tommy Boy. It doesn't matter how many times I hear it or watch it. It's just gold.
That's me to Spaceballs, but yeah.
That's right.
All right, well, thank you again, guys. And again, to you out there, if you'd like to join us up here on the big screen, you can find me on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to look me up, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for something. Restricted. Fuck bomb. Jerry, he is on Twitter as well.
Jerry doesn't have a NoDQ URL. You know,
Nope.
just saying.
Nope.
He doesn't have one. But you can find me on Twitter at general_JSJ and my Facebook group Armbar, all capital, ARMBAR. Exclamation point!
Point!
I can't never do that at the right angle.
It's cool. I got a t-shirt now through the Greg Cherry brand at teespring.com, so go pick that up. Me and Colin will probably be sporting ours when we do the recap of this here show. So, yep. And also you can find us on Facebook on Aftermatch Wrestling. And, yeah, we already talked about the Twitter page.
Yep, we're on Instagram, osborne.stefan.
_gentleman_slaughter.
And on Patreon at Stefan R. Osborne if you'd like to help the channel. But if you've got a little bit of time, the best help you can give is just a few clicks away. There's a button over here. It's called the like button. If you like this show, click it.
Mm-hmm.
If you enjoyed yourself, just take a second, click it.
Mm-hmm.
It helps. It all helps. And
click it hard.
If you like this show and you watch some more shows, or if you've already watched some shows and you like all our shows, if you like all of our shows, you should have clicked the subscribe button by now. But if you haven't
long
already,
time ago.
over there.
Show is much better.
We're talking to
Down
you.
there where Jerry's giant
someone
schlong
by
is.
Google.
Yes, yeah, that guy.
There's also a bell icon. We do most of our shows, if not all of them, live. So if you want to watch us live, comment in the chat room with all 7 of us. You can click that bell icon. It will let you know when we go live. You can clickety-clack on your phone and be there with us. And if you want to help our channel grow, the share button's right down there somewhere in some way, form, or fashion, be it marker, button click. Button click's the easiest. Just share us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of the social
bathroom
media.
stalls, Pornhub, wherever.
WhatsApp. Yeah, share us on Pornhub. Let's see some Pornhub views.
Is that shit still free? I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know. We can go check.
I would love to backtrace those and see what people are watching before they click on us. They just got done watching something filthy, and now they want to watch us.
Want to watch the aftermath.
So for the big baller, Big G, for the Cleaver, Colin Andrew, for the Simple Man, Noah Foster, for the General, Jerry Slaughter, I'm the Wizard, Stefan Osborne. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in NXT time.
Viva la resistance.
Punch and pie.